At exactly 8:47 a.m. on September 25, 1942, Lieutenant Commander Sam Porter climbed into the cockpit of a brand-new Vought F4U Corsair aboard the escort carrier USS Sangamon. Cutting through the cold gray waters of Chesapeake Bay. This was not a routine flight. This was a test that would decide the future of the U.S. Navy's most ambitious fighter aircraft. Porter tightened his harness, scanned the instruments, and prepared for something no pilot had ever successfully done before, landing the Corsair on an aircraft carrier. The Navy had staked everything on this airplane. It was meant to outfly, outclimb, and outgun the Japanese Zero. It was supposed to help win the Pacific War. What happened over the next 30 minutes nearly killed an experienced naval aviator and forced the Navy to admit a terrifying truth. Porter was no rookie. He had logged thousands of flight hours, flown dozens of aircraft types, and survived some of the most demanding flight conditions imaginable. But as he lined up for his first approach, an alarming realization hit him. He couldn't see the deck. The Corsair's cockpit sat unusually far back in the fuselage. In landing attitude, the aircraft's 14-foot nose pitched upward, completely blocking the forward view. Porter couldn't see the landing signal officer, the arresting wires, the deck crew, or the crash barrier waiting at the far end of the deck. He was effectively flying blind toward a narrow steel runway that was pitching and rolling on the open sea. Still, he continued. He had orders. Using only peripheral vision and instinct, Porter eased the Corsair down. The wheels slammed into the wooden deck, hard. Then something unprecedented happened. The Corsair's oleo struts compressed, absorbed the impact, and violently rebounded. The aircraft launched itself back into the air, as if it had struck a massive trampoline. Porter crashed down again. The tailhook skipped over the arresting wires. The fighter hurtled toward the crash barrier. At the last possible second, he shoved the throttle forward and clawed back into the air. The second attempt was worse. The bounce sent him so high, he nearly stalled trying to recover. The third was pure terror. He finally caught a wire, but the aircraft skidded sideways, threatening to cartwheel across the deck and kill everyone nearby. After the fourth landing, Porter taxied clear, shut down the massive Pratt and Whitney R2-800, and climbed out, his hands shaking uncontrollably.